Hey folks, FJB3 here again. I'm doing another wrestling video because I'm a wrestling nut. The topic of this video is the difference between the WWE and AEW. Now, it may seem pretty obvious to folks what that difference is, but let's just break it down. Sometimes you have to state the obvious, and it's like, oh, that's right. So AEW is a wrestling company first and foremost. It's owned by Tony Khan, who's a wrestling fan, maybe a wrestling nut. I don't know. I'm the wrestling nut, but Tony Khan he loves wrestling, and his father owns the Carolina Panthers. He's the son. Of course, his father is a multi-time billionaire, so he has deep pockets. Um, so AEW is a wrestling company. WWE is a entertainment company. Evil, creepy Vince McMahon, really bad person, was a business mogul, genius, visionary, and changed the landscape of what pro wrestling was projected on TV and called it sports entertainment, and was changed the paradigm and created actually a new category. Um, so WWE, entertainment, AEW, wrestling. Um, if I'm a wrestling nut, so I love wrestling in all its capacity. I love great matches, great in ring work. Um, Somebody who's so technically sound, AJ Styles, Bret the Hitman Hart, Shawn Michaels, William Regal, just people that were technical mat wrestlers. And then growing up, there were people that were high flyers. Um, Brian Brian Pillman, used to come off the top rope now and then. But there was so you have to have some high flying capacity, and then there's brawling, and brawling could be just throwing down or with weapons and such, tables and chairs and ladders. But nowadays, a well-rounded performer has all three of those capabilities. They try to, at least. But I love that aspect. So I don't discount in the ring. I want in the ring. But here's the deal: the story makes you watch what happens in the ring. And when they do it perfectly and greatly, the in the ring pays off for the story. So the story is part of wrestling as well. You have to be a certain look, create a certain character, and then you create a story, which is normally based on conflict. Now, you can do that in all different capacities, but the WWE seems to do it best. Sometimes it's hit and miss, sometimes they're writing on the fly. A lot of times they may think they're doing something long term, but they shift. And that's the nature of the business. AEW is completely different. There will be stories, and some of them will be good, and they do try. It's never like they do not try. But what they're really good at is in the ring every night the matches. I mean, every night, whatever program you're going to put on, you put on a watch. They're going to put on. You're going to see a really good match. And again, AEW, since it's a wrestling company, is more liberal with what the performers can do in the ring. So the matches are more realistic. The moves are more, so to speak, hurtful. Of course, blood's allowed in AEW, blading. And so it's just a different. If you like that, if you're only interested in that, or if that's like your top thing, then AEW is your brand because they had a pay per view last night and it delivered. I mean, there were some unbelievable matches. I know people were not happy how it ended with Moxley retaining, but WWE again is not like that. They're more about entertaining. They're more about big picture. They're more about theater, um, and they're more about character driven instead of performer performance driven in AEW. But I want to end the video on making the biggest point is that AEW does not elevate, does not create superstars. They simply do not. They had four pillars, and the only pillar that really is of marginal relevance is MJF. And I believe in him, but he just finished a great program. But I mean, he's way off from where he was. And I know he signed with AEW when he was red hot, and I'm sure he got paid a ton of money. But when that contract is soon to be up, I'm sure he wants to go to WWE. He's still a young man, and he's the performer that I would definitely sign with WWE and create him into something more than he is at AEW. See, AEW just takes older stars from WWE, New Japan. Sometimes they repackage them. Sometimes they're the same stars. They give them a lot of creative input, and they let these veteran stars that were already stars basically fill out their dreams and do what they want in the ring. That's what they do. That's what that company is all about. I mean, it's great for performers. I mean, because you have that option to go there and get paid, and then you could do that. You're at more risk for injury. I know it's a lighter load, their schedule, but still. But WWE is just a whole different beast. I mean, think about what just the one person, MJF. If he went to WWE with that machine behind him, what they could do to create a character and elevate him. Think of all the superstars that they've created. Think about it. I mean, I'll give you another one quick example to end the video. Okay? TNA, still in existence today. Went back to TNA. It was Impact for a little bit. It was basically a company founded on a young gentleman named AJ Styles. And he basically was the face of that company for a while. And then when he went to WWE and had a surprise entrance at the Royal Rumble, ever since then, AJ Styles has been elevated beyond whatever he was in TNA. That's what the WWE does. They make superstars. I watched LA Knight in TNA. The same exact gimmick that he does in WWE. But because it's WWE and how they package him and how they present him, you know, he's getting $1 million just from Slim Jims. WWE, entertainment, sports entertainment. AEW, great professional wrestling. And sometimes you get that in WWE, which is kind of cool. Hey, what are your thoughts? FJB, thanks for listening.